What is going on, guys? Theo here, back with another Marvel Strike Force video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today, guys, I'm going to be going over a topic about gear tiers and levels and all that good stuff. And I'm going to be telling you how you can really tell when it's time to stop building a character up past a certain point. Some people will take, maybe, sometimes it's okay to take your favorite characters in the game up to a really high level. Maybe they have like a super side project that you think is a lot of fun that you want to do. But a lot of people tend to build characters and way overbuild them more than they actually need them, just because they like to see the numbers grow. However, that's not really the most efficient way to play. If that's how you enjoy playing the game, if you like seeing the numbers grow super high, that can also be really good too. If that's the way you want to play, then go for it. But it's not the most efficient way, and it's not the best way to play this game. This is going to be my opinion on how you can really tell when it's time to really stop building a character up to a certain point. If you do enjoy the video, though, please be sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'm definitely going to be posting a lot of Marvel Strike Force content in the future. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, please do continue to watch. But anyways, guys, let's get into say it with me now, the intro. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. Hopefully you guys are doing really well. So I have my roster here sorted out by gear tier, because that's really the only way that I think is going to be the most efficient way to kind of describe to you guys how I can really tell when to stop building a character. So as you can see, the top of my roster, I have a couple gear tier 17s that I've been building on. I think I've got 6 gear tier 17s now, sorry, 7 gear tier 17s now, 6 of them for Apocalypse, but that's it. I haven't really, I haven't spent any money, so I don't have a ton of these characters up all the way. I took a year off the game, prior to when all these Horseman characters were coming out. It's actually when I first started coming back was when the first Horseman team came out, so I was able to get, kind of started a little bit later than people. But that's the thing, it's another thing that I kind of wanted to mention right away, is that some people, sure, they have teams built up to like level 85 or level 90, but you have to always remember, here, let me show you a quick example actually. So if you look at my web warriors, for example, I have 3 of my web warriors, my Ghost Spider, my Scarlet Spider, and my Spider-Man, all up to level 90 gear tier 16. Now, would I recommend people do this now? Absolutely not. It's honestly not even worth taking the web warriors up in the slightest. You shouldn't even build them, honestly. Like, just ignore them completely. Maybe if you really want to do well on the Morgan Le Fay Scourge, but again, if you're patient enough, you don't even have to do node 5. You can kind of just skip node 5 altogether and just build up the characters in the first 4 nodes up to a really high level, and then just slowly build your way up to the 7-star Rogue or the 7-star Red Hulk. Honestly, if you're a newer player, that might honestly be the best way to do it, because the Web Warriors just aren't a team that you're going to want to build anymore, in my opinion. But yes, I did take them up to level 90 gear tier 16 because they were the best choice in Dark Dimension 5 at the time when I was playing the game. But that's something that was at the time, and people always tend to forget that. So, if you see that I have a big web warriors, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should build them up to the level that I did back in the day. I had to build them up to this level because this was what the meta was at the time. But now it's just resources that I had back then that you don't want to use now, is what I'm saying. If you're a newer player, especially, don't waste your resources to get these teams up just because you saw maybe that I had them built up all the way, or other content creators, like other content creators have Weapon X built up, but I never got the chance to build Weapon X or Shadowlands for that matter. It's just unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. You're not going to be able to have enough resources to build every character in this team. But getting back to the topic of when to stop building characters. So if you notice, maybe even my Rebirth team, I'm going to end up taking these guys to probably level 90 eventually, but there's no rush. Right now they're doing the job for me, and there's really no reason to build them past a certain point. In fact, I've probably already overbuilt them a little bit. I can actually show you in my roster here because I have it saved as a squad. Probably overbuilt it a little bit. I have them at about 823,000. So this is typically where I like to stop building raid teams, is around the 700,000 to 800,000 mark. Also the stars that I have on these characters are definitely helpful. I think I have them all about 5 stars now. Agent Venom's getting close to 5 stars. I actually really enjoy the way they're giving out shards in this game now, by the way, with newer teams. It's definitely gonna, they're not farmable right now, but they're giving out a good enough amount of shards where they're gonna be useful, but that's another whole topic for another video. But yeah, I have them built up to level 85 to do their job. As you can see, I have Agent Venom though up to level 90. So this is another example, right? I wanted my team to be able to do its job efficiently, so I said, you know what, Agent Venom's the big damage dealer of the team, and I want him to be the highest level and the highest power, so that way it makes the raids a bit easier for me. And that was a really good decision on my part, because now he just deletes an entire wave with his ultimate, which is hilarious, and I love seeing it. I love seeing all the enemies fly away and die, right? They just ragdoll off the screen. It's great. But yeah, again, that's just an example of what I mean. And then let's go through another example real quick. Let's look at where is she? My Emma Frost. No, that's Jubilee. Jubilee, you are not Emma Frost. Just because, you're a girl too. All right, anyways, Emma Frost. Yes, Emma Frost is better than Jubilee, but yes, Emma Frost, you don't really need to build her past a certain point. You can, if you really want her to survive maybe 1 or 2 more hits. I know I saw a comment on my last video. Thank you for the comments and all that stuff. Someone was saying that Emma Frost, should they build them up to past level 85 or level 80? And honestly, I really wouldn't. She does her job efficiently at gear tier 15. She'll survive enough hits. You only need the T4s on the ultimate and the special for her to really do her job, and the other ones are only for war defense. So you don't really need the war defense, and then 60% damage to a primary target is pretty much useless on a support character like this, where the support all comes from the kit. So that's another thing that you can really learn about where to spend your T4s and when to not spend your T4s. You got to really look through their kits and see if they're worth your time. It's not like you could T4 this and have like a super high Emma, like a 260,000 Emma, right? Like everyone's gonna look at that and be like, oh my god, that's a huge Emma, what am I gonna do? But in all honesty, it's all just a bunch of lies, and she's gonna be the exact same but survive maybe 1 or 2 more hits, and then maybe do maybe a slight bit more damage on her basic. But again, she's not really a damage dealer, so it doesn't really matter. She's barely ever going to use her basic if you're fighting her. She's going to use her ultimate and her special, and by the time she gets to her basic, she'll probably already be dead. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's not really much point to building her past a certain point. But like I have Phoenix now built up, but does anyone really need to build Phoenix? No. Oh, here's another example. My Spider-Man 2099. A lot of people take him to level 90, gear tier 16, but in my opinion, you don't really need that. Like, he just needs to do his ultimate, and then that's it. You just need to build him up to like gear tier 15, level 80, do his ultimate and his passive. He is a good character, and you can build him up all the way if you want to make the team run more efficiently. But in my opinion, it's just not worth it for me to build him up past this certain point. And that's the whole point of the video that I'm trying to say. Really look at the characters and really, try and evaluate the situations you're in and see if it's worth it to build them up past a certain point. Because in all honesty, I could take my 2099 to level 85 or level 90, and maybe my fights will be a little bit easier, but in all honesty, it's working out for me the most. Like, it's working out for me right now. So I don't know if you also saw my Cosmic Crucible video. This is another example. I'm just giving a bunch of examples of how I'm kind of learning as I go when to stop building. In my last Cosmic Crucible video, I was showing off my Gamma counter that I was doing, like the one that I wanted to try out in the last video. So I actually, because I want to run my efficiency better on those Gamma fights, I actually leveled up my the warriors up to level 85 each. I leveled up my dagger to gear tier 16, and I got a 6th red star on my death pool because she is the one that is going to be doing most of the damage when Doom does his ultimate. Plus, this is going to be the key to defeating the Spider Weaver teams, right? Like, this team's going to have 100% accuracy all the time. I know room 5 is the big pain in the butt right now, but eventually they're gonna have some other weird things with Spider Weaver. There might be some weird combos in the future where Spider Weaver really makes it difficult if you don't have this team built, and that's kind of what I'm worried about, and that's why I'm building them today. Plus, Deathpool is being used for Apocalypse, so I eventually am gonna have to take her to gear tier 17 anyways, so I believed that the 6th red was worth it on Deathpool. Now, I wouldn't take Dagger or Cloak to 6 red, and again, that's another thing that you can really learn is when to stop leveling up red stars on a character. for me, having Deathpool as the biggest character on the team is really is good for me, because I'm gonna get use out of her in the Apocalypse Saga, I'm gonna get use out of her in the Mystic Raid teams, and I'm gonna get use out of her in the new Cosmic Crucible room, right? Like, it's gonna be amazing. This new team is also probably gonna be the key to beating Dark Dimension 6 City. Obviously, Deathpool isn't gonna be on the City section, but she might be on the Mystic section, right? We don't know who's gonna be the best best Cosmic characters at the time, and if she is, this could hold some value for me in the future. But again, we're talking about the future, and we don't really know what the future holds, and you know, it's kind of just a way for you to prepare in a way. So the one thing I kind of do regret is building up my Captain Sam so high. I have him at a 7 red. I actually took him all the way to 7 red, but I kind of regret it. He was really good for Dark Dimension 5 though, I can't lie. He helped me out a lot, and his kit still holds some value today. But I wouldn't be able to tell a new player that that is a good idea now. It was maybe at the time having a huge Captain Sam, but if you're a newer player, like, there's really no point in building up Captain Sam to this high of a level. You don't need it like that anymore. Like, maybe to level 80, you're tier 15 and then 5 red. That'd probably be good enough for you to get this team rolling. But this team isn't really worth building right now. They are still a really good team, but there's other teams that you should be prioritizing, and that's the whole point. Like, I wouldn't tell people right now to go build a 7 red Shang-Chi like I did, because he was such a good plug and play character at the time, but nowadays he's falling a little bit out of the meta, and now I've stopped building him, and I probably won't take him past a certain point. If you're a super Kraken, then you could basically just ignore this whole video and build whatever the heck you want. If you enjoy spending money in this game, that's up to you, but I'm trying to really get to the players who, you know, try and really manage their resources in a way where they're going to be able to save a lot more efficiently and use their resources, you know, for better characters to build their roster tall, to build it more efficiently, and to really get the right stuff for the characters that you need to have them to work in certain ways. Like, I have to build all of my Apocalypse teams gear tier 17, so none of these resources are going to go to waste for me. You know, like, taking my Bionic Avengers any higher would be an absolute waste. I've already wasted so much on them, to be honest, because I built them for Dark Dimension like an idiot for Dark Dimension 5, and there was really no point, because now they're already getting power crept, and this was gamma radiation that I could have used for my Red Hulk that I could have had a gear tier 17 by now if I didn't. You know, it's just a way for you to really evaluate your roster and see what's worth it and what's not. So, you know, things that you can take from this video: evaluate the red stars that you have on your character. Are you going to be getting value out of those red stars that you put on those characters? Evaluate your levels. Is it going to really help you to build them up past level 80, 85, all that good stuff? And evaluate their gear tier. So that's another huge thing. Evaluate the gear they use, their gear tier, the levels, and their red stars. You know, that's really going to help you going forward. It's to help you make decisions. Oh, and tier 4s. I almost forgot about tier 4s. Really look at the tier 4s that you're doing and see if it's going to help you in any way at all. If it's not going to help you at all, then don't do it, right? Save your T4s and put them into a more efficient way. But yeah, guys, just a quick video here. That's all I wanted to really do, is kind of explain how to really know when to stop building characters in this game, and how to, you know, how to really learn how to be more efficient in Marvel Strike Force. And that's really the whole thing of the game, right? Is to try and be efficient. It's a resource management game, but this is the kind of stuff that I enjoy, and I know a lot of you guys enjoy it too, which is why you're playing the game with me, and you enjoy the Marvel IP. That's just an extra, you know, that's just an extra cream on the crop, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I hope that a lot of you guys maybe learned something new that you didn't understand before, and maybe, you know, maybe going forward you'll start to really pay attention to your roster, and I hope you guys really learned something. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.